Alright, hello everyone, and welcome to Kottabos Space Program, and we once again find ourselves with our wonderful floating Kerbonauts here in space. Now today is a bit of a interesting / special episode. Normally, today, I like to post War Thunder videos, but I've been having trouble recording those recently. So, to fill that gap, I decided I'd like to put some more Kerbal Space Program up. I really enjoy this game, and I want to play a lot more and share that with you. So, yeah, we're going to be doing that today. And today, man, I keep saying today, but yes, today, we are going to be having a bit of fun in an experiment for science. But first, as you know, last episode we put up our first satellite, and I spent a little time afterwards putting up two more. As you can see, we have KSAT-1 that we put up into orbit last episode. KSAT-2 and 3 I put up afterwards. Now if we go to which one of these is in the sun at the moment? That one. Let's go look at KSAT-2. Now I discovered something. Last time I was wondering why in the world my RCS wasn't working. I thought it was the placement. But I went back into the vehicle assembly building and discovered that I am an idiot who cannot read. I thought that this piece right here was a small RCS fuel tank. But no, it's liquid fuel and oxidizer. So that's a normal fuel tank. So these RCS thrusters have nothing going on for them at all. So these three satellites are basically going to be stuck in whatever position they are stuck in for the rest of time, because they have no maneuvering ability whatsoever. But thankfully, these solar panels do rotate towards our friend the sun, so they will be able to maintain their power to a fair degree and continue to collect valuable science. Except for that one, because it's just in vacuum. Yes, so I am going to revisit these satellites on my own and just take out the RCS, because I do like having this here, and I'm just going to add a small little tiny thruster down here. And yeah, that's how I will finish the rest of my satellite network eventually. These ones I'll leave for now. In a future episode, I may decide to try and make some sort of vehicle to retrieve them. But for the moment, I like having them in this wonderful pattern here. And it's got a nice little look going. Eventually, my hope is to have 10 satellites in varying orbits so that we can have a nice little satellite network. But that is enough of the satellites for today. We, as I said, are going to do an experiment, once more, for science. But not my usual science of just strapping on a whole lot of instrumentation to a rocket that doesn't need it. I want to do an experiment that will actually benefit us. And how we're going to do that is with this beast of a craft that I honestly have no idea if this thing is actually going to work. It is a very, very large rocket. As you can see, we have the large fuel tank in there with 8 solid rocket boosters surrounding it. And then you go up to the next phase, which has 8 more solid rocket boosters and a much smaller engine. And then we go up here to the stock-built space station core, which you can just grab from right in here. That's that piece right there. And I want to launch this up into space, but with an addition of this. A small capsule, well, not actually a small capsule, it's quite a large capsule, really, that will have a single Kerbonaut in it. We will be controlling the actual rocket from this centerpiece, I don't know how well this is going to work, but I wanted it to be like this because this lander crew capsule holds 2 Kerbonauts, and I only want to send up 2. So what I will do is, if by some miracle I can get this thing into orbit with this monstrosity, I will have one of the Kerbonauts go on an EVA and get into this larger capsule. And then what I will do is separate the 2. This will become its own independent ship. We'll go a little bit of ways from the station core we have down here, flip ourselves around, and dock. Now, I want to do this because I have never done docking in this game, and so I have no idea how it works or anything like that. So, this is probably going to be very, very tragic for whatever Kerbonauts I throw into this monstrosity. But yes, I want to give it a go because I would like to run some tests on how you approach, how you maneuver with the docking controls, and how it eventually docks solidly, hopefully. And so I created this. But now looking at it, I realize that I forgot to put on an advanced SAS module, which I desperately need because I'm an awful pilot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the recording here for a second. I'm going to add an SAS and double check my flight computer, because since I built it in an odd manner, I mean, this was the first piece that came up. And then I built down, and then I built up with this section, so all these were in a very strange order, and I have no idea if this is actually going to work as a proper order. So, yes, I'm going to pause, double check everything, and we'll be back in a second. Alright, and we're back and on the launch pad, and dear God, this thing is much, much taller than I originally thought it was. Come on, look at it compared to this water tower. Let's rotate around a bit more. Yeah. Oh man, things are gonna go bad. Bob, Bill, I'm sorry for this, but it must be done. So yes, let's hope this all works, and let's see, we've got the docking stuff, and that's between the translation and all that. Excellent. Okay, I'm nervous, but let's do this. In 3, 2, 1, lift off! Why aren't the clamps going off? Oh god, oh god. Wait a minute. Can we save this? Oh, that only does 1. Okay. Hold on a moment. Okay, yeah, that was a very bad start. Let's restart that. Yeah, I go through everything, and of course, what happens? I mess up with the staging, and oh, I've got to fast forward time again. Okay, those... that should be those. At least I'm pretty sure on that. Yeah, there we go. Okay, come on, time. You can speed up at any moment now. There we go, that looks good. Ooh, trippy. Oh, Bob is not looking happy in there. Okay, we are gonna die in 3, 2, 1. I just noticed that there is a bar going through Bill's face. Oh, this thing is wobbly. This thing is very wobbly, and oh dear God, that thing is heating up. Yeah, that'll probably happen when you have 8 solid rocket boosters around you. Oh, I have a feeling that this is going to be a failed mission. And why? Why does Bill have a line going through him right there? I don't know. Let's pin by stages. The solid fuel is almost done. Let's hope that these things don't break my ship when they release. And... oh, thank God they didn't. And, oh man, this thing is very, very wobbly. I added supports. Why is it that wobbly? Hey, not so wobbly anymore. And going up a lot faster now that I don't have that bottom stage. Oh, dear God, this... whoa, whoa. Okay. Okay, okay. Okay. Let's lock you in. The SAS. Oh, that's a much smaller engine than I remember putting on there. I don't think this thing is gonna get into orbit. Oh, yeah, this mission didn't go well at all. Am I actually still gaining altitude? Yeah, I am, but... yeah, I've almost reached the apoapsis. I'm definitely not going to be getting into space with this thing. Yeah, I could have sworn I put a much larger engine on that thing. Well, it's a very efficient engine, but it's not... oh yeah, it's not going to get me into space. You know what? We're going to just end the flight. I'm going to go back to the VAB, and we'll be back in a moment. Alright, and we're back, and with an extraordinarily redesigned ship that I've finally been able to get to a good point into space after about, oh god, probably 10 horrifically failed launches. It just has not gone well. Yeah, basically the ship is nothing like what it originally looked like. It's essentially... I basically had to ditch my usual liking of just loads of solid rocket boosters. I love solid rocket boosters, they're a lot of fun, but it didn't work at all. So I had 3 large fuel tanks with large engines, and then this section up here with individual tanks and engines for me to get a good orbit with, and just... oh, it just was a lot of redesigning to get that thing to work. But we're here again, back in space, and hopefully we'll get a good orbit with this thing. Hopefully. These engines are basically unused. I mean, they fired off quickly after releasing the last stage because of how I set up the staging. But it's good. I'm happy. We are in orbit. We have about a minute. Well, we're not in orbit yet. We're in space. We have about a minute until we hit our navigation node. Though I'm actually probably going to start at T-minus 30. That sounds good to me. And hopefully we can get a good circularized orbit. And then try out this whole thing, which, yes, as you'll notice, I basically ditched my whole idea of having another pod up there that it would be crewed. It's now robotic, and it's with no engines, purely RCS. So I'm hoping that that works still. I did it to lighten the load, because our ship was just... that original design was just way, way too heavy. So I'm hoping with this new robotic section that it works out quite well. Alright, this is burning nicely. And what do we got? Ooh. Hey, you know what the heck. There we go. It's a wonky orbit, but it serves my purpose for testing. We may fix the orbit at some point in the future, but at the moment, I like it. I'm debating whether or not I actually want to ditch these engines. That could cause me issues in the future. Well, so that we get the full experience of things, let us open up these wonderful solar arrays. This is probably going to end up being the death of me, but yeah, this is experimenting. I want to have the full experience and most likely break everything. Oh, God. Let's do this. Let's decouple. Let's actually just initiate RCS. Oh, that's wobbly. Let's not initiate RCS. Let's decouple, go to that ship, and let's go forward. Okay, docking controls. There we go. We are away from the ship. Let's move out of the way of the solar panels. And let's try to dock behind this thing. Oh, man. Alright, let us set that as our target. Okay, we're going way too far back. Okay. Alright, let's try and keep in line. Alright, I need to go up. These camera controls are somewhat screwy. Okay. This is probably going to be an awful idea, but I want to rotate. So I'm just having a whole lot of trouble just keeping my directions correct here. So let's... okay. It's lock in place. Now, excellent. So if I hit D, I actually go to the right. That is good. I don't want to be moving around all over the place. I need to try and re-angle myself here. Whoop. Move too much. SAS. Oh, man. Alright, I need to angle up a bit. So let's do that. Alright, let's go down. A little bit to the left. Okay. Okay, this isn't going too bad. Let's inch our way forward. And... okay, that's good. Let's slow down. Let's open up the shield. How are we on our positioning? We need to move down a bit. Down. Oh, too far down. Let's back off, back off, back off. Okay. Let's move slowly forward. And yes, we have successfully docked with a space station. Granted, it wasn't exactly the most insane maneuver ever. We basically went from that end to that end. But, nonetheless, I've never docked before, so this was wonderful. Though I'm rethinking that decoupler. I don't think I should have put that on there at all. I think that's kind of a waste now. But, oh well. This is a test station. We'll consider this the unmanned capsule that, similar to the Dragon capsule. Yeah, I'm happy with this. I am extraordinarily happy with this. Oh, man. I thought that was going to go a lot worse than it did. Again, it wasn't really that complicated. I did just go from one end to another. But still, it is my first successful docking. Well, my first docking ever in Kerbal Space Program. So that makes me extraordinarily happy. So happy. Let's look inside the capsule. Oh, no, this is the boring seat. I got a hatch, that's it. Let's go to Bill. He's got the window. Oh, yeah. Good old Bill. Okay. You gotta love the detail that they put in on these internal capsules. But yes, I'm excited. This bodes well for any future endeavor of, building anything big in space and our future space stations that I do hope to build. This has been a wonderful test for science. Granted, I have no actual scientific equipment on this thing. Oh, man. What was I thinking? But nonetheless, this was a very successful mission. I hope you did all enjoy it and that you come back for the next episode. And have a good one.